the middle ear cavity. The middle ear cavity is present where? It is present in the petrous part of temporal bone. So this is the petrous part of temporal bone. So what we see in this petrous part of temporal bone? We see the We see the roof, we see the floor, we see the lateral wall, we see the middle wall. Okay, and so one side there is anterior wall and a posterior wall. So the lateral wall is formed by the tympanic membrane. So if you see this cavity has a different diameter. So if you can appreciate this diameter, which is approximately 6 millimeters, we call it as the epitympanum. Another diameter which is between the promontory and the tympanic membrane, which is 2 millimeters. That is what we call as a mesotympanum. And the third, which is narrowest one, we call it as the floor. This is called the hypotympanum. So this is how we divide the middle ear cavity into this. So can you write it? This is the middle ear cavity is also called as a tympanic cavity, and as we know, it develops from the tubo-tympanic recess. And shape and the size, that is what we have seen, and we move to the next slide. Okay. Wall. So what we see in tympanic wall, the roof is from the tympanic surface, that is what we call as a tympanic bone, and you can see two nerves which we have seen in middle ear cavity. That one nerve is we call it as a greater petrosal nerve, and another one we call it as a lesser petrosal nerve. Both these nerves are coming from the tympanic cavity. We can see the promontory here. Can you see this promontory? Yes. And then it is forming the tympanic plexus. Now another thing, can you see from the anterior wall? What we see in that anterior wall? We see the big artery here. Which this